Okay, so you guys know the vibe. Today we're going to be doing another solo to master video, baby. We haven't been doing this series for a while now, so I'm excited to tell you guys my decision making heading into these games and showing you guys that, yeah, you can make it out of silver or gold or whatever. But, you know, in all honesty, as much as I want to provide a nice educational value, it's just glorified smurfing. But who cares? Let's dive into it. So obviously, I'm dropping on Siphon. I could drop on Frag or Frag West because it is on World's Edge. That's where all the fun stuff happens, but I want to make sure we get a solid game. Don't worry though, this is a high action game. We're looking at a hard, almost 5,000 damage, and I think it's like 18 or 19 kills. So you're in for a treat. Just keep watching. So moving on is looting. Haven't decided what I want. So obviously I'm using the wing a lot in scrims. What I noticed this day is I actually just got a new mouse I'm testing out. This is a Death Adder. I think this was one of the games that really showcased just how well this mouse was specifically for me. So I hear people in here. I'm kind of just looking for angles, so I'm trying to overextend. I am far ahead of my team. I'm playing a lot more Wraith lately with scrims and whatnot. So I am frontlining. I whiffed the Arc Star, but good damage with the entry here. And I know my teammates are going to run in on the left side on the door, so I take a flank route here. I always want to play the off angle. I somehow don't see this Gibraltar. Thankfully get the beam. That's just mechanical diff. Good shots, good everything. But yeah, so yeah, we just wiped them real quick. It was a duo, pretty easy stuff, no biggie. I had no idea I thought it would be a full team. Oh, no, it is a full team. I'm stupid, sorry. So I'm talking to chat right now because this is live stream over this YouTube channel. And I keep running on, I keep rotating. I'm going towards fragments still because I know that's where there will be action. That's where there will be fun. Because when you know you're at like a massive mechanical advantage or whatever, you know you can play a bit more risky. I think I actually talked about this in this specific VOD at this time, where I believe that, like, because someone asked me, like, what's better, mechanics or game sense to get good, or rather, like, what sets people apart, and I said that mechanics are easily, like, the #1 thing. If you have good mechanics, it can take you to diamond, maybe to master. I don't feel like any game sense or decision making short of, okay, yeah, don't be the first team to fight in the top 3. Don't fight, like, you know, super basic rules, don't fight for 5 minutes straight, that type of stuff. Like, other than those specific skills, like high-level decision-making or thinking isn't really necessary until you get to Master and want to get Predator. Like, that's because you gotta be the top 75 in the world. You're gonna have to be able to put down hours and make the right calls and play, like, really disciplined. But all you need to do is have good movement, good decision-making, good positioning, like, that type of stuff. You need, I don't like the mechanics wording either. I would rather say you need good damage output, right? Like, that's a definition I would make. That's something I'm working on as well, seeing as I'm Wraith more in competitive and stuff now. By the way, just because I got a super light doesn't mean you should get, or sorry, super light, Razor Death Adder doesn't mean you should get one. Don't buy something just because I use it. It's specifically the shape works for me because I have longer fingers and such. As such, I do palm grip, and my G Pro wireless G Pro super light just weren't it. So anyways, just running up, literally just looking for people to fight, just chilling, talking to chat, not really thinking too much about the decision making at this time. It's safe to assume that if there isn't a fight in Fragment, that means there's just no signs of a fight or struggle or kerfuffle, as it may be. I'm just kind of running around, I'm looking for people, right? Like, again, I can win fights, we have very good loot, we have good momentum, already wiped one squad, so we can make something happen. Again, this is like on a new mouse, so I was surprised with the beams I got. Obviously, these guys are like kind of standing still, whatever, but the recoil control is really there. So they kind of threw, taking the zipline over there, just punished it. Like, when he drops, he's gonna get hit by this pulse stun. I'm playing angles here. We want to make this fight happen. It's a 3v2. I'm playing ahead a lot. Try to figure a good way to approach, and then decide, okay, we're gonna go for a zipline. So we do that. I'm holding the Arc Star. This isn't actually a good decision. And I wasn't expecting to just keep standing there, not even paying attention. I get the damage I need. He dies. A little bit of style points. Dropping down to Chal, the last guy. He did finish my teammate Barrack. Keep an eye on our Pathfinder, by the way, because this guy he dies so much in this game. Is actually hilarious. Save Private Barrack at that point. And that just sliding in to steal your girl there. Oh, by the way, if you guys enjoyed the video so far, make sure to hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. It allows me to reach more people. And of course, if you have been watching the stream, like, you know, or the stream or the videos or whatever, like, only 30% are subscribed or something like that. So make sure to hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Moving on. We're getting attacked by team now. They were going for the revive. This fight is kind of interesting, so I will try to dissect it as good as I can. I think the fight here get a good off angle on the Octane. Peak fighting here, getting good beam on Caustic. Now it's a 1v1 situation. I kind of whiffed the opening damage here, but we're even Steven on the health. I noticed no hot swap on that thing, but I hot swap on my teammate. And I'm like, alright, let's go for the revive here.
We got this.
Valkyrie has to back off. She has to presumably battery, maybe Phoenix. She has to do a full reset. I have time to go for the revive. I see Caustic. I know he's pinging for her. Lifeline, for whatever reason, sits in a corner in batteries and kind of baits me. It's to be expected if we're in silver. But I was expecting her to swing with me there, which didn't work out. So now we're back on square one here, and Valkyrie's coming back. I hear her fly here. I heard her fly around here, and I'm making the assumption that she thinks I'm gonna go for the revive again, and such a pre-aim this angle. And you see why in a second. That's why. Alright, I already see I have a lot of damage. I got the crack, and then I get the kill. She did trade a lot of damage with me there, but I ended up being triumphant. I pick up the red armor here, because I'm gonna, like, heal it up. And like, you get a red armor this early in the game, you wanna try to keep it, especially, like, you know, have a battery. So now, obviously, Pathfinder, we use the res beacon, we have to go all the way over there. And I don't have a good idea of the situation here. People in silver do very weird things, so just to be safe, I do a portal. Thankfully, it was buffed this season. A portal forward, 2v revive beacon here. And it's gonna go for like a quick revive here. Or respawn, sorry. It's like the third time. Is it the third time? I don't know if Shiv is keeping track, or it's Cylo actually editing this video, I think. He's like, if you're keeping track of how many times Pathfinder gets docked, just add like a counter, like barrack counter or something. But we're getting him back up now with the revive. He has the portal to get back in safely. He has all the loot. Everything a little Pathfinder can ask for, right? He's got his favorite show, the AC's on.
They're messing up.
And now the whole team here is just looking for him. And he doesn't take the portal for whatever reason. I don't know if I like placed it poorly or something.
Some people just can't be safe. How is he alive?
I have no idea how he managed to get out of that alive as well. Look at that, he has half, he has 50 red health.
Okay.
Or flesh health, and he just survives. And seeing as they're not looking there, drop down, see what nice loot is here. I don't want to ping it for Mr. Barrack, because he's gonna get himself knocked. But now we can gauge that these two teams, the reason he got away also is there are two teams here in Fragment for some reason. Like, they do this silver thing of, like, getting really close to a fight, but not pulling the trigger, not engaging. They just kind of sit back and do nothing, which is, like, a really big problem in these types of ranks. Like, they're too afraid to... You see this all the time in any rank. Like, people are too afraid to make a mistake, so they don't make a decision at all. And sometimes... And what's funny is sometimes not making a decision is the mistake, because you might have an opening. Usually you get a lot of openings. People are bound to make mistakes, and if you can't identify them, or if you can't, or if you don't actually push them when you identify the mistakes, you will end up losing later on, because maybe that was the only opportunity you got. If someone gives you a hand, you gotta be able to take the whole arm. That's like probably the biggest lesson here. And all these guys, like, we were fighting, we were reviving and whatever, and they just never really made a full push. They kind of just sat around doing nothing. I am not hitting as many shots as I would hope here. He gets away a little bit. The click timing has been off with the new mouse, so I just have to work on that. Funny enough, I actually did some Kovacs or whatever aim lab this morning, working on the click timing. Like, you can see the tracking is pretty solid, but again, the click timing is just off. Like shotguns, wingmans, whatever. I was gonna go for the revive. I remember we have a lifeline, and I was just expecting her to start the revive, and it just never came. So I don't know what's happening with that. So I actually ended up pinging it. Gotta wake her up a little bit. Then I'm running back a little bit here. Partly to bait my teammates, but also to like make sure we have space in the zone. I pre-aimed that, he wasn't in there. I go back, because I think they're gonna push up, they're not. Like, they let us revive and everything, they just didn't push in. The exact same problem. Like, there's going to be a lot of opportunities here where we should have gotten pushed. We should have gotten, like, maybe we shouldn't have died, but like, definitely they shouldn't have been able, we shouldn't have been able to like fully reset or whatever. Like, they're just too passive, and it's just costing them games. Like, playing like this will cost you games. I'm saying that because that's probably the title of the video. It's a good title. It's a good Ottr Solo to Mastery clickbait title. Look at that spicy super glide as well. I've been practicing them with the booting. Anyways, moving on. Barrack goes down again. We're moving on. Getting the just working the angles a little bit. Rafe did beam him, but you know, she made an oopsie. Sticking that rest, there's a 1v, or rather 2v2, I say 1v2 because Lifeline is in Narnia. I'm just going for the finishes here. There's another thing you notice as well. I think we'll see it more in the next video we'll do of this. So again, like, if you want to see more of like this, just subscribe. But there are going to be a lot more opportunities in these ranks in general. So not only in this game, where people, they just don't finish their kills, which I think could be a symptom of like YouTubers going, oh, never first your kills because you need to shoot the next guy or whatever. But like there's always going to be that little opening, especially when he's the last guy alive, where you're better off securing a kill, because A, you get KP, B, you get a hot swap, and C, if the worst happens, if you get third partied and like, you know, you have to turn your attention elsewhere, they might have a chance to reset. It happens all the time. Again, it happens all the time in these ranks in particular. We'll cover that in a future video, but it's actually crazy to see just how bad it is and how little people finish their knocks. Like I think this was like a 4-hour stream. I crawled away like 5 to 10 times after getting knocked. They just didn't finish the knock. It's really weird too, because like there's 6 squads, but you're not seeing anything. Everyone is so passive in this lobby. Like it's easy to forget you're not in like a custom server or something. This guy says Ottr, thank you, Pro Liga. I don't know if that. I think these guys were Polish. I don't know if he says Pro League or is this like being nice. I don't know what that's about. So this fight is really interesting. Let's run this by play by play. So for whatever reason, there's a Wraith there the whole time. I even checked for her. Thankfully she died. But what happened here is she ended up showing her hand because she had a white armor. If Wraith has a white armor, it's safe to assume maybe the others do. So I push forward here with the 1v2, even though it's a bad position.
You have white armors.
Moving forward. I haven't called it there in the VOD. Easy to bump. Not the best beam, but then he's actually getting pressured in the back. Bit of a prediction shot here. Ziplining back.
Oh my god.
Drops the curva. You're getting furthered here. So this is also, now we fought a team. Obviously, like I'll have to say this. This is not a good fight to take because of what just happened. Like this will happen. Where you take a fight in the middle of zone when zone's like, you know, this far gone, you're gonna get third partied. It's like guaranteed. I went for it anyways because YOLO, and we get to push for it. Great beam, Ottr. Thank you, Ottr. That's awesome, Ottr. All the aim chin is paying off. Thank you, Ottr. That's so nice to say. Guys lost. And that revive, the life and revive actually came in clutch here because I didn't get to finish Pathfinder. Now he's back up. It's a 2v1 v3.
If I'd see this footage, bro, I'd be worried.
I thought this was like guy was alive, but just getting like an off angle. He's trying to push forward a little bit, secure a little bit of space. These guys are taking a lot of pressure. This is such an advanced fight. Wait, I guess it isn't advanced, but like we have to try to break it down in a few angles so you guys can understand the decision making here. So this is obviously not a good spot to be in. All 3 of them rushing. So right here, I'm just trying to eliminate the angles, and because I've been beaming, I've been hitting shots, like I'm feeling good. And I'm just trying to like isolate and beam one at a time. Get a speak here. It's a bit glitchy. Like, obviously there's 2 of them looking at me, but they didn't shoot at me, so it's fine. I queue backwards because now they're all pinned, they're all laser focused on me. And I just try to run back a little bit, try to get a reset. Pathfinder did not get the message. He's still a little bit far ahead. Another decent beam on the R9. I want them to push forward a bit so I can play the angle. I spot the guy up here on the left.
You can go here? I should know that.
But, yeah, we just have to play this as it goes. Just waiting for the next opportunity here. Like, wait for them to push forward so I can put damage in. What we need is literally, again, we need them to push forward. Or like overextend, over peak. It happens all the time. And they have to overextend at one point. Now, this is what they're doing. They're doing a push. So the Maggie queued me off with the right drill. Now that they have to push up on left side, I expect this to take a head glitch. I pre-aim it, get a good beam on actually both of them, and not as impressive on the Maggie as I thought. But Red Q's back, meaning Maggie is alone. Take the 1v1, get the damage in, quickly duck back, pop the battery. Pathfinder's watching the cross. It stops watching it, but he should have been watching it. Either way, it's a 2v2. And at the same time, they get shot in the back. This could have been us getting shot in the back. This just ended up working out in our favor. Decent damage on the Valkyrie. That was a 2v3 again. End game situation. I'm just trying to grab a little bit of loot because I've been using so much in that previous fight. Good damage on Fuse. For whatever reason, I'm just getting the feeling that these guys can be disrespected. The last team seemed a bit sweatier. And for whatever reason, they're Valk ulting here, which makes no sense. Like, they just threw a complete spanner in the works here for me. I have no idea what this means. The only thing I know is I have to kill this Valk because she has an off angle. We have to take her down. She's not looking at me. She shoots the Pathfinder for some reason. I am not hitting my shotgun shots here. Like I said, click timing was a bit off today. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So there's the thing, she was isolated. I managed to get the knock. Very close to get the hot swap. That could have gone either way. Get the Q. Can I get all the way back? Hopefully Pathfinder's looking. He's probably not looking, but they do let me get back here behind cover. I can do a soft reset. This other guy, the Horizon, was overextended. Fuse is nowhere to be seen, actually far left. We get the knock on the Horizon again. Super open here, but at the same time not, because we're playing sightlines.
That is so smart.
And he dropped off the map because I couldn't get the reset. Very smart stuff, very good finish. I'm
is so
battering here.
smart.
As much as I would push, because he's cracked, I'm just gonna chill a little bit, get the reset. Play us a little bit by the book. Hitting him with the style shot, and then we won that. But this was like almost, this whole game was almost zero macro knowledge. It was almost entirely just micro positioning beams and just like outskilling them. Well, anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit subscribe, hit that like button, check out that video on the screen. It's a heater, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out.